Hey everybody, what's up? We're back here with another thing of Mint Chip, and today's topic is I'm not sure if this is going to be kind of a mix or what, but the original thing I was going to do was my events while swimming. Now, swimming around me anyway is basically pretty safe. I mean, there's nothing you really have to worry about. I'm pretty far north when it comes to the US. So I don't have to worry about, like, alligator gar or anything, like, big like that, like they got down south, or gators like they have down in, like, Florida. All you really have to worry about, up by me anyway, is, like, beavers, turtles, which is, like, just snapping turtles. Nothing else really does any real damage. And to be honest, that's really about it that can potentially really hurt you, per se. So, I usually don't swim in pools or stuff like that. I just don't like it. So, I usually swim at Vito's, which is that secret spot that I've been talking about, that I kind of thinking of mixing into this video. So, there are a few things have happened while I've been swimming that were pretty cool. One was pretty scary. Well, two are kind of scary. But everything's usually pretty cool. It's pretty chill. So, I'm just going to talk about the two scary things really quick. One was up by a lake in Delavan, Wisconsin. It's Lake Delavan. We're gonna call him Uncle Steve, but he's not my blood relative, he's just a good family friend. I went up by him, and this was when I was around 4 or 5. I was really little at the time. And he lives in this little community, sort of, and they have a really nice beach. So me, my dad, and my mom and my sister went swimming there. Well, we were swimming, and there are these, like, floating, like, platforms, I guess is what you'd call them. And, you know, people jump off of them, of course. That's what you do. So I jumped off of the one, and all of a sudden, I had a searing pain in my heel. And I remember it scared the living, you-know-what out of me. And I started crying. I got so scared. I remember that exact moment. So I got back up on the floating platform, and my dad looked at my foot, and it was like, you know, like when you get rug burn, or like rope burn? That's what it looked like. So, he ended up swimming down, and apparently I had jumped almost onto a bullhead nest. Now, as you may or may not know, most fish, well, at least around me, lay eggs, to reproduce. They don't birth live babies like some fish do. So what had happened is I jumped off, not knowing that there was a bullhead nest right where I landed, and the bullhead was protecting its nest from me, and that's why it ended up biting my foot. So, like I said, not really, like, important, but it just scared the living you-know-what out of me. The second time was at that same place, and I was, I think, like 11-ish, and basically, it was the same exact thing, except it wasn't a nest. Excuse me. It wasn't a nest, and it was a largemouth bass. But this one was even cooler, and again, scared the living bejesus out of me, because I had just jumped off, hit the bottom. I opened up my eyes, because I usually like to wear goggles when I swim, so I can look at all the stuff underwater. call me a freak, whatever. I just love seeing the wildlife underwater. But right as I opened up my eyes, this largie come up and flashed its open mouth right in my face. It was the coolest yet scariest thing I think I have ever seen. But it was just so cool seeing its mouth open, and that's like how it would eat prey, is opening it up like that and just inhaling it. So that was really cool. Now, this other thing happened at Vito's. Me and my friend Bobby, he used to be my friend, I don't know what happened to him anymore. But me and him were swimming there, and it's off of a decent bridge. It's off a big bridge. And we were swimming and swimming and swimming, and we found this box. It's a black box, like halfway buried in the sediment. Me and him tried and tried and tried to dig it up, but we couldn't get deep enough to get it out. We were planning on going back with tools to dig it up and see what was inside that box. Well, some stuff went down, and I never spoke to him again, so we never got a chance to do that. Now, to this day, I'm not sure if it's still there, but if it is, I still want to dig it up, because we were all thinking there's one of a few things in there. It's either body parts, which is, who knows, could be. More than likely, stolen goods or money, which is what we really think is what it is, because who else would just dump a random lockbox down there? Then again, that place has had bathtubs dumped there. There was a bed frame dumped there. There was a snowmobile dumped there once. They put no parking signs on the sides of the road because people would park on the side of the road to like swim or kayak or fish right there. They put signs saying to not park within like 50 feet of the bridge, and someone dug up both of the signs and threw them in the water, which I think is pretty freaking hilarious. But yeah, so that's pretty cool. Then this one other time, it was at Vito's again, and me and my dad had gone all the way up the main like creek, because it's a small river that goes up and goes around a bend, and then there's a little like feeder creek coming off of it. Me and my dad swam all the way up, well, kind of walk and swum, because it gets really shallow in some parts. But we went all the way up to the bend, and we were starting to come back. I remember just nothing, and then waking up, like opening my eyes, and being almost all the way back down at the bridge. Apparently, I had fallen asleep while floating on my back, going back to the bridge. Which, if you think about it, could have ended really bad. But then again, it didn't. So it was pretty cool, in my opinion. So this video is already super long, so I'm just going to cut it here. I will still do another video on Vito's, because I just love that place so much. It's like my favorite place in the world besides my lake house, which will also be another video. So, yeah, it's going to end it here, and have a good day.